Hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome to another episode of Ripster Daily Trade Recaps and Teachings. All right, guys. Hopefully, everybody has having a great day. Election day today. As of this recording, the new president has not been selected yet. By the time you watch this webinar, you might see the new president. A lot of those stocks are running as we speak. We'll see what happens. Long night, but we had an amazing day today. Amazing election day. Lot of our trades, the market, it was a trend market. Everything was running all day long. Very profitable day. We had few losers, but we have mostly the winners. We will discuss that in this video in trading. So, anyways, if anybody is new, just a quick introduction. If you are new to me, new to my X Twitter, or you are new to my YouTube, and these trade recaps and these teachings are mostly from my community or any trade ideas I share on Twitter. For example, I share the PLTR idea on Twitter breakout as well. And we trade a repeatable system. My repeatable system, thousands of traders use it successfully to trade consistently in the stock market. We have repeatable setups. System is how you trade. Setup is what you trade. To trade every day, be it a day trade, swing trade, or any investing we do it with a repeatable setup. So I've been showing, I've been teaching my process, for many years. You can go check out ripstereducation.com, see the amount, the chain lives that my education has changed over the years. So now we do it every day in my private community as well. Anyways, this is our pre-market plan. We create a pre-market plan every day. We make a plan of every stock that is going to move based upon the news, based upon earnings, upgrades, downgrades. We divide it into different setups. We have our support and resistance, and we have a pre-market game plan, which most of the time works as we plan. But if it doesn't, we pivot from our plan. We provide day-to-day three setups, which is another repeatable strategy that I did a free webinar on a while back. You can watch my previous YouTube videos to understand how these strategy works of day-to-day three setups. We also provide levels on the crypto stocks. We provide levels for the daily market trades, which is SPY, QQQ, Mag 7, Netflix, Boeing, all those. So everybody can use these levels and use the Ripster MTF Cloud system to trade themselves independently, and we make consistent self-dependent traders in the community. So that's what we try to teach. So we provide all these resources. I'm on the voice in the community first few hours, guiding through the trades, guiding through the market, providing my inputs. We have 1,000+ traders on our trading floor every day. Experience new traders sharing their ideas, a lot of trading opportunities all day. We have stock scanners, option scanners. We have news bots, audio news alerts. We have a bunch of those tools that we provide an active trader to trade in the community to find success. So that being said, I would show you my timestamp comments from my alerts feed where I guide, and we will talk about today's trade now. Let's go. All right, so we're going to start with SPY QQQ, and we're going to talk about our SPY QQQ trades in the community today. So SPY QQQ was a pretty easy setup this morning in the community. We provide these levels. You have these levels. You see these resistance pivots, and what are we looking at? So we are looking at the MTF clouds here, and we are looking at these MTF clouds right here. Then we have another daily MTF cloud up top. So as soon as the market open, I see the strength. I see the strength in the SPY, and I see that VIX, right, or VIX strategy. The VIX is dropping. So that's why I said tell everybody amateur long scalp, SPY QQQ, both bullish, watch the MTF clouds, and that's what we get. We get MTF breakout on SPY, we get MTF breakout on QQQ. Our first target 490 on QQQs, and then this 10 AM target on SPYs. We hit that target. 489 hits and 489 calls will go 100%, and on the same time on QQQs, you can see that these are 573 calls that go 200% by end of the day, and you can see my timestamp guidance right here. Long scalps and all day guidance on SPY QQQ. We do not cut as long as 512 doesn't break. There is no need to cut. So if you add here, you do not cut until it breaks down right here, and that's how you make 200 300% on your options, right, from one MTF to the other MTF. QQQ pushed from 1 MTF, went into 10 a.m., started flagging. I did alert the flag break as well in the community, and then we stop out right when this happens, and you can short scalp this setup as well when VIX is bouncing from these MTF clouds. So that was a very simple setup, guys. Nothing crazy on SPY QQQ all day long. Today was a trend day. All this market plays were strong, indices were strong, so it was pretty easy setup there. Let's go to the next one. So another market indices which was pretty strong today. So that was IWM, and that was IWM, and then with IWM, or you could trade TNA as well. We also have rate decision this week, so a lot of rate sensitive names were strong today. And when I talk about the trend market, is when SPY is strong, QQQ is strong, IWM is strong. When all of these are strong, it's a very trend market, right? If you still look at the IWM levels, I gave 221s to or 22066s, you see that those levels broke out. It breaks this MTF cloud right here, and then breaks out 221. It's an all day long. I mentioned it in the voice as well. IWM, a lot of traders in the community were trading IWM. You can see that great call outs by a lot of our traders in the community, Brad, Rook, and all those. And so really good trade IWM. So many opportunities. You could trade SPY QQQ, or you could trade IWM, whatever you like. So of course, market is pricing in the Trump victory, so that's why a lot of these names were pretty strong. You could trade TNA shares, which went from 43.50 all the way to 45, make some nice money there, or you could trade the 221 calls on IWM, which went from like 40 cents all the way to $1.40. It's a nice IWM is a pretty nice one for a small account traders. Moves nicely, so really um, did good. So let's go to the next one. All right, let's recap the best play of the day today. PLTR, great company. I posted about PLTR as well other day, that how PLTR is their earnings and revenue increase is just you know off the chart and growing really good. You can see that PLTR, the revenue is increasing 29%, 21%, EPS increasing 28%. So really good growth. Value investors crying about the valuation, but that does not really matter. If you look at PLTR, it's breaking its IPO highs, right? When something breaks its IPO highs, it goes higher. It's also breaking 50 psychological level. And let's see how we did on PLTR. I did tweet about PLTR as well this morning. I can show you my morning tweet, and then we'll go from there. So this was my morning tweet. Where did it go? Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Is it? Find it. Everything's about the elections today. There you go. So you can see that this was our PLTR. This was our PLTR setup. You can see that how the PLTR was setting up for the breakout. That's what I alerted on Twitter. So that's what I alerted on Twitter on the PLTR. Let's see what was my plan in the pre-market on PLTR. Let's see here. So PLTR, the plan was bullish bias to long, no go under the clouds, support levels 47, 46, 50, 45. Resistance pivot was 49, 49 and 49.50. That was our resistance pivot on PLTR. So that was our plan. I went on the voice few sometimes before the market opened, explained the plan to all the community, and as soon as the market opened, I was watching this dip, and that's when I did the starter long, and then we talked about this breakout. I told everyone you can scale in into that breakout. You see that breakout happening, you could scale in that breakout. You could trade 49 calls. Once they go in money, you could trade 50 calls, and we traded all the way. So you can see that long 49% load 50%, 49 load 100%, push to 50, take some off, and we consolidate 50 psychological level breakout, pulled back. You buy the pullbacks on the cloud. We consolidate at 51 for a while, and then we held it, and then we pushed higher, and now we are swinging some. I can show you how the PLTR options move for us really nicely today. If you just want to look at 50 lottos, that went that went from like $1 all the way to $2, 100% gain, right? So that was really nice trade. Even for small accounts, you could see that, right? EMA Clouds bounced right there. You can see that. That's your entry, and you can add over this breakout. You see this flag is breaking out. You can trade this pullback. I guided everything live in the community today. PLTR was a huge win. All target mets. That's what it is. All right. So next one we're going to look at is Tesla. So Tesla was another one that was a beautiful mover today on Tesla. So let's see what was our guidance and what was the planning on Tesla. So already provided the levels on Tesla in the pre-market. Let's see if you can see that. We already have the levels on Tesla right here, 249.50 to 47.88. But my trade was this MTF push, this 1 hour MTF cloud push. As soon as I saw that MTF cloud push on Tesla, I said it's an MTF long. There's a lot of flow coming on the scanner. That gives you an added advantage. And it pushed from that 248.49s all the way to 253. Held the clouds. You do not cut. Push, pull to 255s. A lot of more call flow was coming in on Tesla as well, which was, because of the earnings, I posted some flow that overnight flow was coming in. So, anyways, Tesla was another beautiful winner for us. Timestamped guidance, pre-market planning, no hindsight, everything in front of you. Repeatable system to trade, beautiful mover. Let's go to the next one. So Amazon was another one of our long winner. It was the same one. It was like a day 3 setup, but you can see that how it's curling from the clouds. 34. You see the bounce on the clouds, and these were our levels on Amazon right here: 196.49, 197.33. You always focus on a trade which had earning few days ago. When it pulls back, bounces, calls, you take it long. That's the day 3 setup. Bezos was still selling at 200, but regardless, beautiful winner for us in the community. Let's go to the next one. All right, let's look at the next one. Next one is ALAB. ALAB was another for earning plays, like looks like a pre-market plan. Gap fill under 83, long over. Something to look at ALAB again is the chart, right? So when the chart is at all-time highs, there's no resistance up top, and if the revenue and earnings are increasing in a good way, that means that we are going to get an A plus long setup. You can see that daily chart, you can see the ALAB weekly chart, right? So you saw the plan on ALAB. Let's see what was my guidance all day on ALAB. So ALAB, I said long right at the open. I told my community. So I told my community to the long versus the cloud. You can see ALAB was a nice bounce of the clouds right here. The clouds give you the entry. Nice push to the 93 is pulling back. It's trying to break the clouds, but remember, this is the support, which is more important. So you long here, even if you have 200, 300 shares, does not really matter. If you have 300 shares, you're risking $600, but those 300 shares at the end of the day paid you more than $1,800 or $2,000, and same for the options. I didn't check all the options on this one, but it was a beautiful trade. You can see my guidance, ALAB long versus the clouds, and you can see that I gave the 95 target right in the morning, and by end of the day, it hit my 95 target. Our next target was 98, and we hit even close to that. So that's another profitable trade. Very, very A plus and really good trade. You can see the timestamp guidance here. Remember the setup. You can see the timestamp guidance, the pre-market planning, and the chart, the daily chart. Why was it an A plus setup? Let's go to the next one. All right, let's look at one of the loser today, MSTR. So MSTR was also pushing with the market. Bitcoin was strong. MSTR was running into the elections and into the move into the for the Trump, right? So that's when I said watch the MSTR long. We pulled back. You had this, but usually these candles, if it wanted to go, it should have shown me a higher high, or at least shown me this fourth candle should have gone higher to break the flag. It did not. So even if you're trying to trade this flag, you have to cut it here or you take a loss here, right? Because these candles already give me an idea that it's not going to work, right? Let's compare it to coin. How did coin do, right? So coin was, you see how the coin did. These candles were making higher highs, higher lows. This third candle flag broke out. So coin long worked, but MSTR did not. So that's the difference between MSTR long loser and the coin long winner from the pre-market guidance. So what's the difference? See what's the difference? Why we lost in MSTR, but we already knew that the way it's acting up, you need to identify the candles. and make a decision accordingly. Anyways, let's go to the next one. All right, so next one we're going to look at is Win. Win was a short all day in the community. Let's look at our pre-market plan. You can see the highlighted Win as well, short under the MTF and long over it. And you see when it's breaking the MTF, that's a 50 EMA on daily chart. It's a short. It's doing this bear flag here, and it's doing a midday 512 rejections. So you see nice fades, still heavy. Watch lower highs right in the morning. I told on the voice as well that Win is a short. Then I gave the target of 86. The reason I gave target on 86 on Win is because let's see here, because you can see that the gap on Win, right? So this is the gap. So you can see the gap right here. So the gap is kind of filling, and that's why I had a target of 86. And by the end of the day, we met our target of 86 on Win results. So you can see the pre-market guidance, my voice guidance, and my timestamp guidance here. Beautiful short, puts made money. That was, even if you risked on Win, let's say if you risked, even if you showed it here, you risked $100. You made $400. If you risked $1,000, you made $4,000. That's how the risk re- reward works on these trades. Either it's a long setup, short setup, doesn't really matter. I showed you the long setups, and I'm showing you the short setup. Our system tells us, are we going to be short, are we going to be bearish, or are we going to be long? So anyways, another successful trade. Let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to discuss is HIMS, HIMS. So let's see how the HIMS was. So HIMS was a short at the open. You see this, and once it did not make a lower lows, because it was a big move for the amateur move, and it reclaimed this area. That was the warning. That's not going to work short. And then this is a 512 call. So let's look at it. HIMS, my pre-market guidance. Let's look here. HIMS gap fill under 2180, long over that. You see that 2180 break. You short it right away, and it fades to 1950. You lock some, and you wait. Rejections. You can hit this rejection and again, short here, bounces, you close here, get out. So it didn't really work after the first amateur move, but you could do this HIMS long, this 512 curls, and that a lot of traders did that, and that was a nice trade in the community. Let's go to the next one. So next one we're going to look at is DLTR. So what was the plan on DLTR? Let's look at the pre-market planning. So plan on DLTR was pretty straightforward. Long over 69, no go under that. 69.72 are two levels, and you see that, right? It's breaking 69 right away. Right away, it's a breaking 69. So there's no long. DLTR is just a fade. You short it all day, even though it went to this chop, right? So that was a little problem. So there was not really too much range to trade it because it went sideways. You could scalp the shorts here, cover here, and get out here. So DLTR was only a good trade because you see this flush that happened right at before the open that kind of messed up the trade. So it didn't really pay well because of that. Anyways, the win was much better short because we shorted it way before, and if we didn't have this big red candle before the open, it would have been much better. Let's go to the next one. Another one was EMR. So this one was also not an all day long, but it was a decent long. Was bullish bias to long. That was the plan. You see that 117, 115 were the levels given. Once I see it pushing over this level, and then I'm pushing 117, that was a long. And it did push to 120, but it rejected there. So it was only the morning scalps, and after that you have to just get out of, and it breaks that here. So if you took the flag, didn't really work out. You have to stop, break even, or take a small loss. But you could see that it was still a dollar move from the flag, and it was still a dollar move from the 117 breakout we talked about. So next one we're going to look at is Race, RACE, Ferrari, the Ferrari car company. So Race was no short if 512 curls, but 512 never really curled, and it faded all day. It tried to curl, and then it failed that curl and faded as well. So my bias on Race was bearish bias to short, but it needed a lot of patience. But we were doing so good with the other trades like PLTR, Win, so didn't really need to pay too much time on that. But regardless, it was still a short. You can see that all day it faded from the 440.50s to 438s. Was not a bad trade scalps. You just had to manage these pullbacks, right? This area, we would have to cut it, but we could short it back again when it fails. And don't shy away to fade it again. But this was a good morning pop and short. That's what I teach in my webinars. Short the pops. The next one was we're going to discuss is the DJT. So DJT was also our morning long, but it kind of gave up end of the day. It pulled back, profit taking, risk taking, but you could see DJT was a decent long at the open. I mentioned the long scalp from this 37 area to 41. You could scalp that to make a little bit of scalp money, nothing crazy. It was right here on our top, bullish bias to long, and you could see that right at the open from 37.66, it pushed to $40. So DJT long was a decent scalp for the community. So let's look at another trade, DD. DD was a long as well this morning. So the DD long was a simple plan, raise for your guidance, neutral bias. But as soon as I saw its strength pushing over the MTF clouds, that's when I told everybody it's a long. When I say game plan, I mean check the game plan. And DD pushed from that long, pushing over this level, morning and 85s, and then it pushed over 87.50. You could easily make a dollar 50. You could risk this opening lows or even opening price. Was a decent long on DD as well. Okay, I just want to recap Reddit. This was a great call by the traders on our floor, on our community. That was also Reddit was one of our day 3 setups that I teach. You can see that there was a level on Reddit 108.75 and 110s. But the main thing on Reddit was it was reclaiming the MTF clouds, right? So that was a big push for Reddit. So that's why it was a lot of traders were trading it. A lot of traders noticed it because of that in the community, and they called it out as a Reddit long. You could see the traders calling it out right at the open. RoboCash D trades Lexi, and Reddit ran from 112 to 123. It ran 200% its ATR. And it was not just Reddit. A lot of these small caps were running today. Roku was running today. It was overall just a super duper bullish day on the market. You can see that Roku was in the gap fill. Roku is filling the gap. So a lot of these are post earning plays become day 2, day 3 plays that you can really focus on, and you can really profit well from them because there's an opportunity. You see, it's a gap down here, and then higher lows, breaking over the 1 hour chart. So Roku was, no brainer opportunity trade, and it came back from 61 and now 69. It still has more room. Any pullback, we'll watch it as well. So those were the trade recaps, guys. Late video today due to the elections. Tomorrow is going to be good. See you in the room. Take care. Bye bye.